watching the cars, I don't know really what's perfectly straight. So Andy there is there to guide us. Now, here is a problem with Big Pete, and similar with other monster trucks, but particular with Big Pete. As you can see, here we are, up in the air. There's the tyres. Now let me just show you something. So as you can see, you couldn't see them cars. Those cars completely disappeared, and they disappear at a very early point. So to make sure that this truck flies level and lands level, that's why we have a man standing there guiding me in as he is now. And then at this point the cars start to disappear. He's waving me, telling me what's straight, and then at this point we've hit the cars. When we do our shows, thanks Andy! When we do our shows, we've got 5 crew members, we've got 2 drivers, we have the spare driver usually, that's either me, Michael, or Lee Harrison, Bubba, in the forklift with all ticketed drivers, and we'll be in the forklift, so if these cars move we can adjust them during the show. We'll have one man stood where you saw, and another man will stand to the side with the fire extinguishers, and he largely stays out the way. So in our arena, which is, this is a great example, I'll take you out and show you. This is the kind of environment that we have. So when we go out in the trucks, we are the only thing in control of the arena at that point. We take total control. There is nobody in that arena when we are on, apart from our 5 guys that have all been briefed, signed on and risk assessed. So it may look to a lot of our friends in America like we have put a person at risk, and ordinarily in every other monster truck show, no doubt I will agree, but for the show that we are doing, which is a demonstration for want of a better purpose, is we have a man on the ground, just keeps this particular truck going straight and as safe as possible. They also back us up, which is common throughout all monster trucks. They back us up, make sure we don't back into anything. And whilst Grim Reaper is sent to drive like a lot of other monster trucks, we keep him there as just a matter of course. He sees things and watches things that we may miss as a driver. He will be armed with the kill switch. He's actually got one now. Andy, give us a wave of your kill switch. So he's armed with our kill switch. So that's why we have that man or that person seemingly in the way. And another question that somebody has asked, I like answering your question. So we have a passenger seat, which we effectively call the victim seat. I don't know if the sunlight's ruining that. It's full harnessed, ready to go. This is primarily used for press. If we're at a showground nice and early and radio or TV or whatever, it gives us the ability to put them in here and we'll drive around. And very rarely will we take people over the cars. You've seen in our previous video how rough that is. Now, I know what that is, what that does to my body. I accept that. It's part of the cause. Same with Michael and anybody that wishes to drive a monster truck. We all know the risks of driving a monster truck. We all know that when we are in these vehicles, there is a risk that we are going to get hurt. So we will not usually take people out for a car crush in this, especially as in our early days we used to do it quite a lot with friends. But we had a wake-up call when, as it turned out, Andy, he rode as a passenger through a show, and we bruised his kidneys that bad that he was passing blood. So all of a sudden it was like, right, we don't do this anymore. But we'll take people around in the arena, and good for press and videos and other TV work, and it gives us that availability. But generally speaking, if you wanted to ride in this truck, it ain't gonna happen. You want to pay for a ride in this truck, you ain't got enough money. This seat is only there for press and situations like that. Why we do what we do, part 2. Now, well, I'm at a different venue here. I'm here at QX Park for the Monster Slam. The previous video was filmed at the Cornwall Truck Show, or the Truck Show Cornwall. There was too much background noise, so this is the second attempt at filming this part. There was too much background noise. There was horns playing Baby Shark and the commentator was talking, so that's why there may be a slight continuity error, shall we say. So, Grim Reaper behind us. Now, most of you motor enthusiasts may notice our engine. There we go. So we run standard big block Chevrolets. It's the same engine in both trucks. Big pieces under the bonnet, just under there. And the reason we run standard big block Chevrolets is maximum runtime. The way I like to say it is we have set up our trucks for maximum reliability and maximum runtime. Now, me and Michael both come from a drag racing background, and we love nothing more than a big 1500 horsepower methanol burning supercharged engine that you'll see in all the other monster trucks. Love nothing more. Both of us together, ooh, love the sound, love everything about it. But the reality is those trucks can run for about 8 minutes, whereas our two trucks can run continuously until they run out of fuel. So when we do our show, we will be running these two trucks virtually non-stop for nearly 15 minutes, and then there's 15 minutes to set up either side and strip down. So yeah, we'd love a methanol engine, but the only time it would ever make sense to us is one event a year when we're up against our friends Swamp Thing, Slingshot and Kev's new truck and Podzilla, where they've all got the supercharged methanol engine. Because these trucks don't race other than at that one event, it just doesn't make sense to me and Michael the boss mainly, to run that kind of horsepower all the time. Like I say, we can turn these engines on and drive round and round and round and round. We can do filming, endless filming, shoots and reshoots, and just keep playing with it, maximum playtime, which you wouldn't necessarily get with a methanol engine. So, you know, even so, I say that I've raced Grim Reaper with its standard engine at Monster Truck Nationals and come second against a whole field of methanol 1500 horsepower trucks. I've also won freestyle twice. So do we really need all that horsepower? I don't know, but generally speaking, we like to keep like I say, keep things standard and keep things as they are. We do, as it turns out, we do actually have we have a methanol engine, just like you would see in Swamp Thing and Kev's truck, on the floor, ready to go, turnkey. And we also have a petrol supercharged big block that's running around 1000 horsepower, sat on the floor, ready to go. They're there. They're actually part of the tank. If you've ever looked at our Facebook clips, they run two engines side by side, so they're in the tank. As the tank doesn't do anything, those engines are available to us. Maybe in the future we'll go for a slightly better setup engine in Grim Reaper, as the engine that's in it is pretty tired. Maybe not, because it works. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. And now this is why I'm walking. I'm going to show you the scrap cars and why we do the cars head on. So we hit cars head on, which is pretty unique compared to our friends with Slingshot and Swamp Thing and Podzilla, what they do at Santa Pod. And the reason that is we like to maintain a degree of consistency and control over the launch. Now, to try and explain that, when you hit a car sideways, especially if you're given short ones like this, the engine will stay pretty firm and the back will completely collapse, which means when you've got a line of cars like that, they will fire you off. And one wheel landings is something we want to something we definitely try to avoid with Big Pete and Grim Reaper. You're just asking for added stress and wear. So what we do is we spend a lot of time going through all the cars and picking out what we call match pairs, and this is a perfect example. We have two lovely Micras with the same engines. So as you can see, what we'll do is we'll put the bonnets down and the trucks will climb up them into a ramp. These are set at a set distance, and we'll hit them head on up and land in the rears of the rears, straight into the middle. And that gives us nice, straight, level flight, level landing, nice and controlled. Now, back in the early days of monster trucks, that's how they actually used to do it. Used to hit them all head on like this. But now we are probably the only people that do it. You've all seen Monster Jam if you're a huge monster trucks enthusiast. They don't even hit cars anymore, it's all dirt. But the same principles there. They have controlled gradients and ramps so they can fly level and land level if they so choose. So that is why we do what we do like that. If you ever see the trucks, you'll always go, why aren't you hitting them sideways? And that's why.